Hello my fellow gamers and welcome to round 3 for Group B. At last we are reaching the halfway mark of the group stages of this tournament. It's definitely been a hell of a ride and there's plenty more to come. So in this first round, first match of round 3, we're going to have a Sioux Devil versus Pharaoh of War. This is Chaos versus Tomb Kings and they will be battling at the mouth of the pass. So getting this nice overview look of the Chaos army that the Tomb Kings are getting, we'll move over to the Force of the Chaos, which is a massive horde. I absolutely love this. We've got 3 units of Chaos Marauders at the front. The army is led by a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire on a Hell Steed. Let's have a look. It's a steed on fire. It is indeed. That seems fitting. We then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Forsaken. Behind that, we have on the flanks 2 units of Chaos Warriors with Hellbirds. Then leading them, we got 2 units of Aspiring Champions, another Chaos Warriors of Hellbirds. What's over there? That's Chaos Marauders, some Chaos Warriors of Hellbirds, and then some more Marauders on the flank, and Chaos Warriors Hellbirds as well. Is there anything hidden in the flanks? I need to always check this now. I don't think so. But for the Tomb Kings, we've got 2 units of a Carrion there, which this one's definitely well positioned because you can check if anything's hidden in the woods, while this one's just seeing if there's anything sneaking on that flank. Especially being Chaos don't have any ranged really, they can have free reign. Over here we have the Tomb Kings are being led by Cetra the Imperable on his big pony. That is his equivalent of horse probably. We've got a front line of 4 units of Skeleton Warriors. They're the ones with swords. We then have 2 Tomb Scorpions, a Necrotect, 3 units of Ushabti, and then a Tomb Guard of Hellbirds and the Scorpion Legion, so the Skeleton Spearmen Regiment of Renown. Let's get to normal speed. Yeah, as you can see, the Chaos outnumber the Tomb Kings by quite a bit, but the Necrotech will be able to keep all in this back line going for a long time, and of course the Skeleton Warriors aren't that big a deal. And these two are having a bit of rough and tumble, not quite sure what's going on there. He's getting himself onto that flank, ready. Yes, Force of the Chaos, this is good. 2 very aggressive armies just going for it. No range, I've just noticed. There is no range on either side. So, but yeah, Cetra's just getting into a really good position on the flank here. Moving up now, but we've got to be careful. There is, well, there is no Hellbirds here. They are coming up on the back, but before then, Cetra's going to get a great charge into these Marauders. And the main way of Forsaken charge and the Ushabti overtake these Skeleton Warriors and go smash it into the line there. 2 Scorpions as well, getting into the back, rolling all over the place. And then the Forsaken that did get through, are charged into the Skeleton Warriors, who are just taking the charge and moving up. Cetra has fallen back behind these Skeleton Warriors, who are now taking the brunt of this Forsaken charge. But Karen has done a rear charge to try and disrupt the Chaos Warriors, but that's not going very well. We do have regen already being dropped, so that's how much damage that Force of the Chaos have already done on that initial charge. But the Forsaken, there's a few of them starting to waver now. And we do have the Flaming Sword of Ruin put onto these guys on all the front lines, so that's going to cause a lot of damage. We do have some Marauders that have been forgotten. Just completely forgotten. And this is a huge wave of Chaos Forces coming in on the right flank of the Chaos Warriors. But it looks like the Tomb Kings are winning the centre, but look, the Ushabti have lost a lot of health. The Blessed Legion coming in, but the Forsaken Chaos Marauders coming in from the back, and they're going to get a rear charge on the Tomb Guard of Hellbirds, which is a great pick. This is just, and look, just wave after wave. We've got a Fireball coming in. Hitting Cetra, good one there. These Tomb Scorpions are being a bit of a pain, not going down as easy as Chaos Warriors of Hellbirds would like. But I think a lot of the Skeleton Warriors have been completely wiped out at this point. Do have some flyers trying to take on the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, but I don't think that's going to do too much. They're quite weak in. He's quite powerful, and there's some Forsaken there by who should be helping, but they're kind of running away. Very nice. Cetra's just a puppy, fetch. The Chaos Lord's making a run for it. Forsaken try and get in the way and just get flattened. Is there any more Chaos Warriors? We've got the Marauders now coming in, which is fine because they're now second wave of regen being dropped on the Tomb King army. This Fire Lord needs to keep moving. On the flank, we do have some Yusupti. They seem to, that's quite a distance. They could have gone closer, but in they come down. We've got some Chaos Marauders as well. Sorcerer has done another Flaming Sword of Ruin on this big group, which is going to do a lot of damage. Slowly but surely, the Warriors of Chaos are beating through this. We do have some units here. They're trying. Are they fighting? Not really. These Forsaken, they're getting wiped out by the Tomb Scorpions. This group of Forsaken here, if I was them, I would have brought them around and tried to deal with this unit here. Marauders going in there. Oh, Cetra Imperishable is just running around having a good time, stabbing people, swinging at people. Do have a fireball going flat and straight in as well. Really nice. Just below 5,000 health, so coming up to about half his health. And there's quite a few Chaos Forces running, and that's probably because these guys cause terror, don't they? Yeah, fear and terror, and more Yusupti as well. More of this elite infantry coming in. What have you got here? Chaos Marauders starting to rally there. But I fear that... Oh, another fireball. And it's a home seeking. Oh, he dodges it. Nice dodge there. But we do have the Skeleton Legion. The, is that right? No, it's... Yeah, the Scorpion Legion. And a good solid thing here. The Necrotex. You can heal these units up is where you got to remember. That's to try to be sniped out as much as possible. But we do have a lot of Chaos Warriors of Hellbird smashing through. I think there's too many units on this Tomb Guard. They could be spreading that way, or trying to deal with the Tomb Scorpion here. It's one of those cases I do all the time. You bog too much onto one unit. Oh dear. Terror's kicking in now. And this is the problem with Chaos. If they start breaking, they will just go. They'll just disappear. Which is what's happening here. Remember, they are just Chaos Warriors, Forsaken, and Marauders. There's no Chosen or any elites like that. And now he's sending everything over here, which is really not good because the Tomb Guard haven't been dealt with. This Scorpion hasn't been dealt with, so now there's two Scorpions bodying up. And of course, with the terror of all this, this is what Pharaoh War wants. He wants all the stuff in a group. Chaos then gets in. They then get routed off. Look, they're all starting to break now. Balance power is going in the Tomb King's favour. This is exactly what he wanted. Everything grouped up, and the force of the Chaos just obliged. And now most of them are starting to rout. This is, yeah, not looking good. We do have another fireball coming in, though. Doesn't see it coming. That is a really nice hit, but he's still got less than 3,000 health. He's got plenty of health going. And look at this, the Tomb Guard, the Scorpion Legion, the Necrotech, two Tomb Scorpions, and King Cetra. Look, he's just chasing them off the field now. Yes, the Chaos Sorcerer is still there, but that's pretty much it. Everything else is just fleeing, and this guy's got to make sure they shatter. I think that's it. I think that even though it looked like the Force of the Chaos were winning this, the Tomb Kings are now just coming up and cleaning up whatever's left. Do have some Chaos Warriors of Hellbirds there. These aspiring champions have rallied. Got the Chaos Sorcerer getting in there. But he's now being attacked by the Scorpion Legion and a Tomb Scorpion, ironically enough. So he's, yeah, look, his leadership's just starting to drop as soon as he gets into combat. Yeah, he's just chasing them off the field now, guys. I think that is GG for the Forces of Chaos. He's got a couple of units here. 111 warriors, but I think that includes all the ones that are fleeing but not shattered. Because as you can see, they can rally, but I don't think it's going to last much longer. We'll fast forward this. Because when you got some forces... Oh, Scorpion Legion, they were struggling. Are they going to disintegrate? But, oh no, the Sorcerer's got himself caught by Cetra. And Yusupti, and there he goes. He's now gone. And I suspect the Forces of Chaos, yep. As soon as the Sorcerer's gone, the rest follow suit. So, guys, that is a win for Pharaoh War and his Tomb Kings. Unfortunately, Sudev with his Chaos just wasn't powerful enough to take it. So, what do I think was big deciders? Well... yeah, they had a lot of Chaos Warriors of Hellbirds, which was really good against the anti-large, but their leadership isn't great compared to, say, Chosen and such. So these causing terror and all that, fear and terror, smashed through them. And I did see a lot of units mopping up, not finishing units properly. As you see, the Skeleton Warriors wiped out, great. But the Scorpion Legion could have been wiped out. The Tomb Guard could have been wiped out. And he didn't dedicate to it. And I think that's where it all fell apart. He didn't finish one job before moving on to the next. The Necrotect, if he had spotted him, seen how much construction he had, especially when the other Yusupti came in, he should have focused on that. Because he obviously regens all of these units, including, I believe, Central Repairable, because I think he does count as being on one. So surely he can heal. I'm not entirely sure. Grave, you guys can comment below if that's the case. But yeah, it would have been worth sniping out. I mean, he dealt with a lot of the Karen. Wiped out. Skeleton Warriors, wiped out. The Shabti, two of them, wiped out. Fantastic job. But unfortunately, it was just... and also came down to leadership in the end. Yeah, the Chaos Sorcerer kept out the way. But while he was out the way, he wasn't leading the army. He did have the Aspiring Champions, though, which is always good for keeping the leadership up. And the Forsaken, look, 100 kills there. Great job. But I think it just came down to, in the end, just came down to leadership. Morale. These guys cause terror. These guys like running. Can't be helped. So, that is the first game out the way. We now move on to Ragnarok, Total War versus Black Phillip. This is Empire versus Chaos. And they're fighting over the Stir River. Let's move over there to see what the Empire fought to fight off Chaos this time. So, with Chaos losing the first match, we have to see if Chaos can bring it back in this one and destroy the Empire and please the Chaos Gods. It'd be rather disappointing if they lost both games, but you never know. We've got the Everwatcher leading this Force of the Chaos, however, and there's quite a lot of guys here. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Chaos Marauders. We then have the Mirror Guard, which are Chaos Warriors Regiment of Renown. We also have the Soul of Damnation Hail Cannon. We also have Chaos and Knights with Lancers. Chaos Warriors with great weapons, 2 of them. Chaos Warhounds with poison in the flank over there. We then have some more Chaos Warhounds with poison. And on the flank over here, we have a massive cavalry force of Mordor Horsemen, all with throwing axes. Over here, the Empire have got 2 units of Outriders right in the middle of the Chaos deployment. Their main then consists of swordsmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of swordsmen. We also have a steam tank, Volkmar, the Grim, and some great swords. And on this left flank we have Knights of the Blazing Sun, led by a Bright Wizard, which seems quite fitting actually. And what's that at the very back? I see the Empire. The Empire have actually got 2 units of Outriders hidden at the very back. I believe these are to counter anything, say, Chaos Warhounds they expect in the back quarters. So getting this battle straight underway. Opening shot! Immediately destroying the load of Grey Swords, and that's made the Empire do a runner. And another great hit there. Oh dear, so they're immediately falling back. Oh, those Great Swords are being smashed. And we got the Outriders over here trying to go for the Hail Cannon, try and shut it down, but there's just too much here. Well, they might be able to at least disrupt it. That is a really powerful charge. These are like cavalry, and they just pushed that massive cannon sideways against its wheels. Oh, and they've immediately broken. And what about the unit that was over here? They've broken as well. So that quick attack by the Empire has been immediately shut down by the Forces of Chaos. And now they can kind of sit back because they've just got a basic cannon. Well, they've got a Hell Cannon that can shoot over. So yeah, the Outriders have been completely destroyed there. Leaving the Empire quite down now on numbers, and they were already being outnumbered as it was. Knights of the Blazing Sun. I do feel like this is a bit of an unsupported charge. Chaos do have a lot of cavalry on the side with the poison warhounds, which are hidden in the woods, so they don't know they're there yet. So if they can get their poison on them, slow them down and lower them, and then the knights get in there, and the Overwatch is getting involved as well. Warhounds are now protecting the right flank, make sure nothing happens sneaky on this side. Well, there are Soul of Damnation's moving on position on the hill. Good one, because then he's defended from both sides. Nice setup here with the forces of Chaos. Chaos kind of just going to sit back a bit. They can afford to. They've got the cannon firing, and they're dealing with the cavalry over here. Now, where's the Chaos Warhounds? Chaos Warhounds hidden here, next to the Chaos Marauders. Knights of the Blazing Sun and that. I think all the micros going on here at the moment in the battle, because what's the Empire doing? The main army, they're moving forward again. They've been shot to bits, but they're going to move forward again. In come the Knights. Oh, Plague of Frost has been dropped, and its greater effects. The armor's dropped by 60 as they get charged in the rear by Chaos Knights with launchers. That's going to do a lot of damage if they catch them. Yeah, and it's really messing up with their morale as well. That is not good. Not sure what's going on over there. The Hell Cannon don't seem to be actually firing anything. So the Knights moving away, keeping these, and to be fair, they are keeping a big unit and the General away from the forces of Chaos. But is it worth it? We do have the forces of the Empire now moving up. I don't know what the Hell Cannon's doing. Maybe he don't have a line of sight. He's got it aiming at the Great Swords. We've got Steam Tank and Volkmar moving up on their own. Outriders from the back have now moved forward and going on the left flank. And it looks like the Empire is going to try and move on the right flank here to outmaneuver the main army of the Marauders. Over on this side, the Overwatch and the Knights of Chaos have got fed up chasing them. They've done a nice bit of damage. So now they're pulling back. We've got some Outriders. I really hope that they're not charging in. Nope, they're going in and doing a bit of harassment. But remember, guys, the Overwatcher has got a ridiculous resistance. What's he got? 25 magic resistance, 60 missile resistance. That's barely going to touch them. Chaos Warhounds are now coming over. Volkmar the Grim is just charging up the hill. The Marauder Horsemen are throwing axes at them, you know, chipping a bit of the paintwork. Got the Steam Tank chugging along nicely. And the Empire forces, yeah, definitely moving into that position. Oh no, it looks like the Knights of the Blazing Sun have been caught out and charged into. And the Plague of Frost again been dropped on them. That's not good. Look, they're just getting slaughtered. Yep, they've now broken by the looks of it. And that wizard is not going to last much longer. We do have an ability being dropped. That's probably Shearing Doom. Yep, there we go. Oh no, that's the fireball one, isn't it? Makes sense. Just before he goes, make it cost them. So that flank's been run. The Outrider's trying to deal with that. Volkmar, once again, going for the Cannon of Damnation, even though it hasn't really fired. I mean, how many's he killed? 19. He's sending everything to deal with that. Steam Tank is slowly chasing the Marauder Horsemen, and the Empire troops are just slowly getting in there. But Volkmar's been left completely on his own here. Grand Shield of Faith being dropped, and the Grand Hammer of Sigma. I think the Damnation Cannon. No, the crew's still there, so they're not doing bad. The Outriders, as expected, have actually been caught by the Chaos Warhounds and have been completely broken there. We got the Knights of Blazing Sun have rallied and moving around, but these Knights can just chase after them now. The Overwatch is coming back, and to be honest, I think the Forces of the Chaos have got enough stuff here to deal with what the Empire's sending. This Steam Tank's been sending for Joyride. Look, they've done over half damage with axes. That's some impressive axes. I mean, they are getting the odd hit on the Marauders, but there's 3 of them. They don't really care. Now the Marauders are getting in the way, where the Chaos Wars of the Great Weapons are dealing with Volkmar the Grim. Cannon's been rearmed, but I don't think it's firing. Yeah, the Overwatch is coming over. He's probably going to drop Plague of Frost on that, make it lose all of its armour. Yeah, so as you can see, this is brilliant how he's got the Marauders ready to deal with this. And the Empire is not in a good formation here. If the Chaos Marauders are charged right now, they are not in a good position and could easily get around the flanks. Volkmar, though, going into the rear there. He's only lost not even half his health at this point. Chaos Knights have been actually forgotten. So has the Knights of the Blazing Sun. So has the Chaos Warhounds. Everything's focused on here, which is silly. Well, we do have one group of riders. But these guys, the Warhounds, get in here. Get around the back. You could do so much damage if you were there. There we go. Final Trojan mutation have been dropped. And the Marauders are just slaughtering through these swordsmen. That is painful. And it looks like the steam tanks about to just get actually destroyed. Because the Marauders are still focusing on it. Everwatcher now dealing with the Volkmar. And yeah, this whole right flank's gone. There's a unit here not doing anything. They're now finally getting involved. A little bit too late. And the steam tank's now gone. And the bounce pack hugely in the favour. Oh, we do have... Oh, what a hit on the rear of the Great Swords. That's going to make them break quite quickly. And with them gone, yeah, the rest of the swordsmen are now going. Chaos are dominating this battle. There we go. Everything has shattered both Volkmar the Grim, who has got to take on apparently everyone. Just the whole army. And I don't think that's going to last long. The, what is it? The Self-Damnation, he's getting his worth now by shooting his own teammates, apparently. We will fast forward to this because it says Volkmar on his own. He's trying to get into a position, but again, Plague of Rust has been dropped on him. Yeah, and with great weapons and the Everwatcher going against him, he's not going to last very long. There is nothing left of the Empire forces. They've been completely scattered to the four winds now. And here comes the Mortars. They want to help out. You know, they've done a really good job dealing with that steam tank. There we go. Volkmar force, and that's a win for Chaos. So what do I think of the build? Well, to be fair, actually, the Empire army was quite a good build against this build. Marauders against Swordsmen, not bad, not bad. Knights of the Blazing Sun, I feel like got thrown away. The Outriders got thrown away. And Volkmar and the steam tank went up pretty much unsupported. And the steam tank barely did anything. He was chasing the Marauder horsemen and just getting ripped to shreds and barely got anything in return. Well, on the other side, the Chaos Knights did a great job pinning down the Knights of the Blazing Sun. The Self-Damnation did a good job getting Ragnarok to panic a bit by destroying the Great Swords before they could do much. We had the Chaos Warhounds counter the Outriders, especially the Outriders that went straight for the cannon. They just got shot down instantly and the cannon just carried on firing. And of course the infantry battle, great job, just swarmed into there and dealt with them. Well, the Everwatcher was just everywhere. He was just everywhere watching everything. Maybe that's why he's called that. You know, he dealt with the Knights of the Blazing Sun, then ran back and dealt with the infantry, then he dealt with the steam tank, dealt with Volkmar. Just absolutely brilliant macro here by Black Phillip. So, yeah, I just think it was, I mean, I think Ragnarok just got taken out of position. He wasn't prepared to march up that hill, wasn't prepared for the Hail Cannon to be doing that much damage, and his forces to be just outran. I mean, the Outriders you think would outride everything else. See what I'm doing here, playing words. I've just lost so many subscribers. But, yeah, you know, you expect them to outrun things, and that the Chaos Warhounds, as you saw, 1 minute they were next to them, the next minute they were ripping them up. So that is a win for Black Phillip and the forces of Chaos. We now move on to see if the Empire can gain some glory. I've Setland Apache with the Empire versus Zarda Total Warrior with his Dark Elves, and they're battling on Hill Fen. Starting with the Dark Elves army, we have a front line, 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Dread Spears, flank protected here by the Celestial Harvesters, which is the Regiment of Renowned Doomfire Warlocks. We do have a couple of units of Sisters of Slaughter. To follow that, we've got 2 Assassins, and then 3 units of Witch Elves, and an army is fitting to this, nice and themed. We have Marathi, but she's on foot this time, so we have a lot of Witch Elves and all sorts. I love it. This is a nice themed army for the Dark Elves, and it looks like there is a unit heading over there, some Dark Riders, just to cause some problems. Now the Empire, this is Setland Apache, so are they in a nice formation? No, they're just everywhere, but there is a plan to this, and it's absolutely brilliant. We have 2 units of Pistoliers at the front doing a bit of scouting. We then have some Outriders of grenade launchers just providing that. On the hill, hidden, 2 units of Knights of the Blazing Sun, 1 unit of the Royal Altar of Griffites, which is the Demogryph Knights Regiment of Renown, and they're led by a Grey Wizard. Over here we have Volkmar the Grim. Once again, he's appeared a lot in this episode. Lined up there. And then we've got some spearmen just staggered there. Spearmen there. Spear at the back. Couple of units of Free Company Militia. And a Hailstorm rocket battery, which is always a nice thing to see. So yeah, he's got these guys divided in 3 groups of you. You've got the general ready to go wherever he's needed. We've got the harassment force here. We've got the knights and grey magic going on down there. And then here you've got infantry that can all defend themselves, and 1 rocket battery which has got a clear line of sight to the enemy. So there is definitely a plan here. It looks like madness, but there is reasoning behind it. And thinking about it, let's have a look at the Grey Wizard. Come here, Grey Wizard, come here. What have you got, Mr. Gandalf? What have you got? You've got Power Stone, you've got Enfeeble Them Foe, so those melee defense and attack, and Mustifying Charisma, which causes damage and causes. So he's got nice basic, lower stuff and do damage. Nice, simple. That's all you need a wizard to do. You have people that take all the spells and it just causes problems. Now, these guys are scouting into the woods because they know they're there somewhere and they're getting some nice early shots off. Thinking about it, the Dark Elves have absolutely no range to this army. So we'll go to fast speed now. Oh no, the grenade launchers up over the hill and straight into the spearmen. Don't know, but we do have the Mastermind Charisma being returned. Thanks to Marathi, who, let's have a look. What's she got? Marathi, what have you got, Marathi? Come on, dear, get here. You've got one, that's a Power of Darkness, the Charisma, yeah, and then mostly her abilities as well. I'm not going to go through all that, there's too much there. But look, all these guys are just getting in a nice position. A little bit of snipe, but look at this, the Knights of Blazing Sun have blended in with the Outriders. I wonder if they even know. Oh no, look, right in the front. No, the Knights of Blazing Sun charging into the flank and the rear. That's going to do so much damage. And the grenade launchers as well. But oh, now we've got these involved as well. And they've got the Word of Pain dropped on them. But Dread Spears have broken. The Harvesters are taking a lot of damage. The Witch Elves are having a good time, but they're now grenades being dropped on them as well. And now the Knights of the Blazing Sun have gone nuts. And I've got Soul Stealer dropped on them as well. But look at this point blank range shots they've got going. Over here you can see some damage. That's clearly from the Hailstorm battery. And look, the Dark Elves have been completely scattered. Oh, look at the damage being dropped there. Oh, fantastic. Volkmar the Grim just going for Marathi. Straight in the middle of the formation. This fight has just gone absolutely nuts. The Knights there, the Doomfire Warlocks have broken. The Dread Spears have shattered. The Witch Elves have broken. More Witch Elves get involved. Got the Sisters of Slaughter, the Knights of the Blazing Sun, and the Outriders are trying to get out there. We do have the Dark Riders trying to mingle in and get in the way, but they're being shot down really quickly. Dread Spears now getting into the back to try and reinforce. And oh dear, there's so much going on. And the Hailstorm rocket battery is still firing. Volkmar the Grim having a great time. Running over for go. Oh, look at this, into the back of the Sisters of Slaughter. Is that a banishment being dropped? I think it is. Oh, what a hit. And the Witch Elves are running into it. You can just hear the screams of the enemy. And the thing is, on this, it's infantry. That's cavalry. They can just walk away. Which is exactly what Settlin Apache's doing. He's getting them to run away. Volkmar the Grim's pulled off now. But look how much damage they've done. The Dark Elves have lost hundreds of troops. And the Empire are kind of just falling back and just like, yeah, we're just going to keep you busy here. Make the most of the Hailstorm rocket battery. And don't forget, these units are all then fresh as well, where these guys are going to be getting tired trying to deal and chase after the Knights. But looks like one unit of Knights have actually broken. Grey Wizard getting in there with the Royal Odolf Griffites charging in to try and get them off the back. But they have got the Charisma dropped on them as well. Knights of the Blazing Sun trying to get out of there. Oh no, the Griffites. They've been hit by the Sisters of Slaughter and oh no. No, but the Knights of the Blazing Sun have returned to help their allies. Good quick charge in there. Deal with that. You still have Outriders causing problems. No, don't turn around. They're going to shoot you in the backs, you fools. Oh, and there goes the Dark Elves ability. I can't remember what it's called again, which is really, really bad. But it's like the second wind ability, isn't it? Where's Volkmar? Volkmar's back here. Look, the cavalry, look how much damage they've had dealt to them. They've got whole units shattered, and most of the stuff that's left is being wiped out. There's barely anything that's at full health anymore. And, of course, you've still got the Hellstorm rocket battery dropping on. More damage being done on the Outriders and grenade launcher. Oh, no, they've been caught, and now they're rampaging. They're just lost at this point. I would just use them as cannon fodder and try and fall back, which is exactly what Settling Apache's doing. Ooh, really? They want to be firing here where they're all bulked up. But he does want to get rid of them. Knights of the Blazing Sun are rallying. These Pistoliers have run out of ammo, so they're going to be just used as the light cavalry now. Maybe they're going to charge these guys down because they're quite weak. But look at this micro from Settling Apache here. Getting his forces to pull back. He's now got his infantry to move up. Remember, Setland has not committed any infantry to this combat yet. But the Dark Elves have committed everything. Murderous prowess. Remember that. It is that, isn't it? Is it that? Yeah, I remember now. Murderous prowess. More Masterfire Movement being dropped on them to try and slow them down and get the Warlocks, Doomfire Warlocks to get them. But we do have the Free Company Militia now getting information. And the problem is, naturally, look. Oh, that wasn't a great hit there. Wasn't a good hit. But look, they're trying to get over the ridge and there's a gun line's been formed up. And the Dark Elves are just being slaughtered as they come up the hill and over. Balance power is still quite good. He's got something being dropped on him. I don't know what, but it's nicely dodged. And the cavalry charge in there. Oh, look at this. And, of course, they just immediately break. Just break. Volkmar the Grim going for Marathi again. And the Free Company Militia giving a support. But the Spearmen all cheat. And the thing is, because these guys have been so battered by artillery and cavalry and grenades and such, there's no will to fight anymore. The Dark Elves are just gonna... Oh, Assassin's Trophy's been dropped on there. But we got Spearmen charging in. Free Company Militia doing some nice shots here. Oh, nice. And look, this flank's been pretty much annihilated. This main push has been completely destroyed. And this group over here is dealing with being pinned down by the Spearmen. Well, the Volkmar the Grim backs off. Spearmen over here dealing with the Dread Spears. So the cavalry can then pick on the Spearmen that are more stronger. The Lord of Griffites are back in and slaughtering the Sisters of Battle. Sisters of Battle, Sisters of Slaughter. Bannersman's been dropped over there, and the assassin wants to stay in it, apparently. That's impressive. But yeah, as you can see, the Empire have suddenly smashed through, and the Dark Elves pretty much have nothing left. Just their 3 characters by the looks of it. I mean, they do have more characters, but the Grey Wizard and the Demigryphs are chasing them down out of the woods. And the Empire, look, most of the stuff's at full strength still. The Free Company can get in there. The Spearmen are pretty much full strength. This is insane gameplay. And this assassin is being royally assassinated. So I have a crossbow. Well, we have like 200 handguns. We'll compare, shall we? Marathi trying to get in there, but the Pistoliers and ammunition are now charging in there, protecting the Free Company. Marathi trying her best to try and salvage this, but I can't see it going well. There's only 130 Dark Elves left, and the artillery is going to be dealing with all of them. Can't see this ending well now. I think it's going to be safe to fast forward because it's just assassins. One assassin, the other one's been chased. I see. Yeah, they're trying to come back, but yeah, whenever they come back, Hellstorm just drops on them, and it's just a matter of dealing. I mean, look at this. What can he do? He's just stuck. He's about to break now because don't forget, Volkmar does cause terror. And there we go, Marathi then breaks, and that is a win for the Empire. So we've had a win for Tomb Kings, a win for Chaos, a win for the Empire. Well played, Shatland Apache. And Zada, that I love the theme army, first of all, loved it. And it was just outmaneuvered. I think most people would have struggled against this army because of the way it played and that. He had, the best thing he could have done was ignore the cavalry, which is really difficult to deal with. Because if he did that, he would have just got around, hit the weaker unit. So very difficult game there for Zada. Second Apache, flawless game. Absolutely flawless. His infantry, barely touched. His Hailstorm, never in danger. His Outriders and Pistoliers did their job. The Knights of the Blazing Sun, yeah, they did eventually get wiped out, but how much they killed. And that initial charge into the enemy formations broke so many. Look, 3 Dread Spears got 0 kills before being wiped out. 0. They did nothing. And yeah, that's because he was so aggressive. And then when they were all knackered, the cavalry just backed off. And the infantry moved up with the 3 companies. What could they do? There was nothing they could do. Just absolutely overpowered there. And as they went over that crest of the hill to go towards the swamps, you had all the grenade launchers, the pistoliers, the 3 company militia, the Hellstorm, just sat there waiting for them to come over that ridge and then slaughtered them. So, let's move to the scoreboards now. At the very top, not surprising, Second Apache, the 3 wins. He's got a clean slate so far. Zada, Total Warrior, and Pharaoh War both drawn for second with 2 wins and a loss each. Then we have Sue Devil and Black Phillip with a 1 win, 2 losses each. And unfortunately for Ragnarok, Total War, it's 3 losses. But he's got 2 more games to play yet, and he could gain some glory, some honour in this tournament yet. But definitely a well mixed up table there. As you can see, with 2 games to go, anything can happen with all those players to play. So, guys, do hit that subscribe button, comment below your thoughts. I'm loving all of the feedback I'm getting, all the comments, people chatting, putting their input in, and suggestions. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, hit that like button as well if you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow for round 4 of Group A. Till then, guys, take care.